You know what? Sometimes you just try and build, and Minecraft just doesn't want to let it happen, my friends. We lost 3 hours of time-lapse footage, and unfortunately, it's not coming back, everybody. It's not coming back here. And on that note, I think it's time that we let's go take a look at what we built here and get this episode started off, I guess, on a new foot. Hello, my friends, Whip here, and welcome on back to Building with me, your host, Whip. Yep, that's how we're doing today's intro, and welcome on back, everybody. In the last episode, we tackled this lovely painter's guild, as well as working on a few other things around the world. And well, we played Minecraft for about 20 hours to make one episode here. It's a little insane. But my friends, as I mentioned there in the start of this video, I have been building a lot of things. That whole side is pretty much done besides this one little building right down there. And the replay footage completely corrupted and I can't use it. I've tried every fix I know in the books and none of them worked. But unfortunately, I'm really hoping that's a one-off thing. And fortunately, coming over here, I've also done the inside of the Painters Guild on the first floor to get a little interior in here. I bumped a window out on this one, added a too thick wall here. I will say, I recently watched the interior guide video by BOO, and it kind of reminded me a lot of things that I used to use inside this game. Like if you look at a lot of our old castles, being like Bleak Rock right over there, everything was made with too thick walls. And it kind of was a good reminder for me of saying, hey, that's a great way of detailing builds. So if you haven't checked that one out, he's got a great video on interior topics and just kind of general reminder things. If you feel experienced, but you want like a catch-up mechanic, go check his out. But coming into here, I've got the first floor done on our Painters Guild. This wall is very bare over here, and that one's bare as well, because I wanted this to feel more like a studio, where this was like a grand showy-offy entrance of sorts, revealing this great painting of the port city. And then coming into here, we've got a little bit of workstation. We've got three banners set up right here, just white banners that look like a sort of a canvas that they could be painting on and working on, or whatever it might be. Maybe this is the one being displayed right now that they're copying their own version of and learning something from. I thought it was pretty cool. I added a little bit of a door right here to get yourself up to this next level, and that can lead you into right here. And then also I hid another staircase that you can use right by here at the entrance, and I think it worked out really well. I think this building is really sweet. Tried to go with almost like that paper door look on side of this one. I love these archways. We're doing the archway there, we got the archway here, and then we also have an archway right out here. That being said, however, my friends, I've been doing a lot more than just the interior of that Painters Guild, but I filled up 3 hours, right? So we've got to go check out what we did in 3 hours, but let me first and foremost go sleep here, because this place is very scary at nighttime. Alright, coming right back on around, I have finished up our Cobbler, basically a shoe merchant of sorts, and this one I completely changed the color palette on it to add some more variety in here, and I think it worked out really well. I used sandstone as a base per a screenshot that I saw somebody posted in my Discord in the post your build section. I'm blanking on the name of it because I saw it a few days ago, and I really liked it. They had a diorite building, kind of the same style we have over here, and then they threw a sandstone one right next to it. They're going for like a Moroccan Mediterranean style, but I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot here and see how it works. And well, my friends, I think it worked out pretty well. So we got stripped jungle log, spruce log, same roof type, so there's one similar element, but the base down here we have sandstone. Then we've got just the stripped jungle there instead of using stripped oak. In the interior of this one, it's actually a pretty fun shape. I haven't done too much of it besides I threw some light gray concrete powder down here as a floor for it. And I think it worked out pretty well. There's no way to get up to the second floor yet, but I think it's good for right now. Then this entire section here in the middle leading up to this other building they did is fully finished up as well. A great way to add some detail inside your Minecraft world is a random wall right like this. It serves no purpose at all to be functional, but dang it, it makes this look like a flower bed instead of just flowers along the side of a road. So it's a very cool, simple way of adding some detail. Inside of here, we've got a little bit of a carrot field coming in the back, filling up this place. I know it wouldn't get too much sun in here, but maybe the afternoon sun and whatnot would be enough to get these carrots going. I thought it was just fine. And then we've got a little park bench right over there. This gets a little skinny coming through right here. And then I've got another little bit of a carrot patch going on right back in here. And my friends, we've got a tiny well, another bench, some planks, and a little dog kennel. I love it. We got a little dog kennel back in here, and apparently there's rotten flesh around here too. The puppy, don't eat that, please. Back in here is where I really started to experiment with a lot of fun things, and one of those being is now we have a little cattle pasture of sorts in here. Oh, come on. Come on. Well, anyways, moving forward with the rain here. Hopefully YouTube doesn't look too terrible. I tried 2 different things. This is something I saw on my Patreon server, making a large vase of sorts. It was more of like an Asian, or sorry, like a desert style build where they used it in the plot that I saw on the Patreon server. This was back when I was judging that big old competition. I can't remember who did this one, but it was a cool idea here. And then I was like, that could be kind of a way that we could transport milk around, because this is a cheese maker, so we got to make, you know, some cheese somehow. We got to use milk for it. But then I was like, probably a more of a medieval way of doing it would have a big old vat or a barrel of sorts on top of a cart. So that turned into this polished andesite one, because I've used polished andesite in the past to symbolize some sort of a brewing station of sorts, like a large brewery building. Can we sleep? It's a thunderstorm. Yes, yes we can. And look at my shiny pants. They're so shiny. And then coming into here, I use that too thick wall pattern as well, because you can see on the outside, it's all this stone stuff. On the inside, it is a bone block with a double stack spruce slab on it. We've got a little bit of tool action here, so we can, you know, pound the cheeses into their shapes and everything like that. And then we got just a few little sections back in here. There's a little storage right back in that window. And I figured this would be 2 stations. I don't know how cheese is made. I will start that out right here, but these are 2 cheese making stations. So you fill it all up with milk or something, and then you do like a swirly thing. I don't really know what it is, but coming back here is where the cheese is stored. I use smooth sandstone slabs to try and symbolize a block of cheese. I think it worked kind of well in this context. It wouldn't work well if this was inside the sandstone building, but I think it works well, quite okay in here at least. So we got a little bit of cheese storage going on over there. We've got this guy coming up in here. We got a little cobweb guy, and then nothing leading into the second floor. That's kind of how I've realized I've been doing things. I think this is gonna go, by the way. This is, I want to leave it here as an example of something that you could use. I don't think it works in this context at all, but I think it was something we can find out how to use it later on. That being said, though, my friends, is one thing that I've realized on the interior side of things is I love to walk along the streets and look inside and see an interior like this. I'm gonna do this because it's a 1-floor building. This one over here, we did the base floor. We didn't do too much with the upstairs floors. Like, it's very basic up here. Like, there's the very, very generic stuff going on with it. But I think kind of what I want to start doing, at least a way to make interiors more manageable for me, similar to how we did it in the inn. It's like, we're never really going to travel up there and look around inside those places. But for the inn, I did come down throughout here and build up the first floor. So you can walk inside the buildings and they feel like they're completed until, well, you come up here and you're like, oh, okay. But, you know, the first floor is completed. And I think that's a very important step in the right direction for me to actually be in doing interiors. This all being said, my friends, the plan for today's episode is going to require an elytra on our back right here and a headgear so we don't go ramming into anything too hard. Is I want to take a little bit of a break from building since I did that and it failed so miserably, and I think I can get replay mod working this time. I've done a little bit of a test stuff with it, aka us sitting at the end of the dock crying about replay mod not working was done with replay mod. So I want to come out here and spend a little bit of time working on the lovely cliffs along this side. I think it's going to make for an awesome big old time lapse of sorts going along with this whole thing. I have no idea at all what I want to do for it yet, but my friends, let's kick this off into a good old-fashioned time lapse mode and build up some sea cliffs. Hey everybody, Whip here, and this is actually me. If you haven't seen me before, you haven't stopped by the streams, this is what I look like. I'm the one who makes all these videos. Hey, how's it going? Unfortunately, today I need to break up this video in here and have a brief interruption for y'all. If anybody lives in the US, and well, probably around the world at this point, which hopefully includes everybody. I don't know if I have any viewers in space. But anyways, there's been a lot of things going on, and I just wanted to quickly address them and kind of have a call to action here for the fWhip audience in support of people and support of the Black Lives Matter movement. And it's all about giving respect to everybody around you and treating them like a human being. Everybody's equal, and just wanted to urge support here for the Black Lives Matter movement. It's not a negative towards anybody else. It's not saying, I know there's a big phrase out there right now of that all lives matter movement. It's like, why don't we just say that? It's like, well, we need to have a call to action to the people who actually need our help right now, which is a very true thing. And if you think about it, there's a great analogy that I've been hearing going around all over the place, where if there's one house on fire, in this case, African-American people and Black people around the entire world are struggling through a lot of things and have been for, in the US, for 400 years now, which is insane. And we're still talking about it and still having to deal with these problems. But it's just something to think about, and just calling attention to that single house that is having issues. Not every house in the neighborhood that's totally fine. We don't want the fire trucks to be spraying water on the perfectly fine houses when there's one right next to it on fire. They need to focus on that one. And as we're seeing right now inside the world, there's a lot of other things that are happening on it. Obviously, there's a large number of protests, and if you are turning violent from both sides, and that's what happens if you leave that first house on fire, eventually the fire's gonna spread like it does. So in this case, we really need to have that kind of call to action to urge this support and everything there. So I don't want to focus on this too much, and we'll get back to Minecraft right here in a second. There's going to be some resources and links and everything down in the description if you want to learn more to better educate yourself, better have those conversations with people around you, which I do encourage you to do. But anyways, thank you so very much for listening. Let's get back to Minecraft. And welcome on back, everybody. I've been doing quite a little bit of work after finishing up that time-lapse, just dotting in a few things here. But man, I am happy with the result that we have so far. I thought the bottom wasn't as dark as I really wanted it to be, so I did bring in quite a bit of the cobblestone, as you can see throughout here, just as a slight bit darker than the stone is. And then after that, I've also decided to start coming down here and working on these areas, which has turned out really, really cool. Oop, looks like I missed a little spot. Put some water right in there. We can do that. And we probably want to get rid of this one here as well. And just do a little guy down there. I'll change that out to some coral or something. And then we missed these ones here too. But I'm slowly just kind of working throughout the area, making it look all nice and pretty and everything, and getting it to the point where I want it to be. And I think it's turned out really, really well. The sun's starting to set down on this area. And I think that on top of these cliffs, I want to add a little bit more greenery. I don't want to add too many trees or anything along the edges of it. Maybe some small guys like that one right in there. But the main purpose of this is supposed to look like a coastal cliff line, where I feel like not many trees would really root on the edge. And if they did, they'd probably be much smaller and very, very windswept, instead of really being able to flourish too well, because the winds would be very hard. I know we're kind of in a protected bay area right here, and it's Minecraft, and I just want to make something look cool. But the areas still need to come down along the sides a bit further. I think that's going to be perfect for like a stream project, bringing it along throughout this area and just kind of turning into this more natural cliff pattern instead of where I have on these big guys right now. There's a lot of these indents, which I want to make it look like almost the water level used to be at that line. So it just splashed against the rocks a bunch. And then it slowly dropped down to where it kind of like came down to here. The water and the waves cut into those. And then, whoa, that is a very weird shadow. Okay. But yeah, so now it's kind of like the waves are really, when the tide is high and everything, the waves are just kind of destroying these areas, which are right above the tide pools. So I'm gonna finish up detailing this area out a little bit further, and then that is a lot of it. It's basically gonna look a lot more like this. I just need to bring in some mossy goodness throughout it, but my friends, it's almost done. Now my boat isn't looking too great right now, but the cliffs are looking pretty great right now. You can see I added in a lot of that little bits of tall grass all over the place, bone mealed around, and then sheared some of it and put it on top of the coarse dirt. And then I finished up the lower area as well. It's going to be the sunset right now because, oh my gosh, this area looks so good in the sunset. And when the village is like finished all the way over here, my friends, and we have that full scene along this entire area, that is the type of stuff I want to communicate inside of this world. And one thing that I wanted to do here, because I like showing y'all the little bit of the process that I go through for building up these things, is I'm going to throw two images on the screen right now. One being the inspiration image that I use for how I came across the design to kind of do the cliffs in this shape right here. And 2 is going to be a shot of my really, really crappy planning job. But that's kind of a general thought process that I use for going through a lot of these terraforming builds, is just drawing some lines on a screenshot and everything like that going throughout it. And then back here in the world, you can see that I finished up this area down here, adding in a lot of slabs and stairs, mixed up the sands with some end stone to make it look a little bit more rocky and rough and mixed up. Added in a bunch of coarse dirt along the edges. Maybe some of the dirt from there fell all the way down and everything like that. And we've got a lot of coral fans around the area and everything, and it's looking so mighty fine, my friends. As we've been working on the cliffs over here, it's made me realize one thing. In this area, we don't quite have a nether portal for ourselves, and I've been spending a lot of rockets and a lot of electro durability getting back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And also, yes, my friends, it is a major mob death trap under here that's constantly spawning drown. That's something else that we will address on live streams. But I was thinking over here, we've got, I forgot my flint and steel. 1 second, please. And we got one. Perfect. There we go. What I was going to say is I want to make a little bit of like a sea cave over on this face. I know I said we was going to come back here later and work on this on like a stream or something, but right through here, I want to expand this a little bit further, at least through this stone area. But what I want to do in this spot very much involves that creeper being gone first and foremost, because we don't want him blowing us up. Yeah, a lot of them under there could very much serve with being gone. Oh no, come on, come on, come on. Not you, please. All right, there we go. Much better. I want to make sure this gets pretty deep in here. So for now, I'm going to just kind of bring ourselves all the way back here. And we probably want to do a little bit like this. We can obviously come back and tweak it as we go, and we want to make it a little more angular so it looks all pretty cool and everything like this. And I think that'll be good for us. So what we got to do now is light that puppy and jump on all the way back over here. I was hoping that'd be a little bit taller and skinnier, but we have a hole. And that was the goal for this. So then we can just go ahead and break this open. And that gives us the entire area that we need. And now, my friends, it's time for me to set this up a little bit better here and actually turn it into a nice looking cave for us. It has been a long time since I died in this world. I had a skeleton shooting me from, oh no! I had a skeleton shooting me from above, and a drown was down below me, and I need you. And I need a little bit of these. Oh no. No, our old school sword, that'll work. Okay, problems. I don't know what this armor is, but we are on our way, and oh my gosh, I wish I had that nether portal already. While we're making the death run back home, I don't think I ever mentioned these to y'all. We added signs around the world, this way to RiverRose. And just making it back into the village, our stuff should still be alive. Our stuff should still be sitting over there in the water because, well, nothing was loading in this area, so we should be safe to be able to get all that stuff back. If I lose that, I'm gonna be so upset. I might cry. No, I won't cry. Oh, these have Frostwalker. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Hello, stuff. At least we can get over there super fast. Look at us. Oh, you can't sprint jump on Frostwalker. That's good to know. Haha. Yes, it's all still here. And then we can use this, get in the water. That's how you get off of Frostwalker. That's kind of cool. No, I have so much stuff around here. Is that drone still here? He must have despawned at this point. He would have despawned and gotten out of here. He's like, aha, I got him once. I don't need to get him again. Oh, there's my helmet. There's a zombie on the coast, but there's nobody in the water here. I really exploded all over the place. Oh my gosh. We lost our 75 levels too. What a bummer. Nope, 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 nope. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is very, very dangerous. Just want this stuff back, please. Okay, I've got everything I care about for now, and let's go back and put all these things away. Get all this old armor off of us, and then, oh my gosh. I gotta go back there and get the rest of it. I don't want to lose it. I just didn't need it. It wasn't top priority, you know? I am so dumb. Cursive binding. Mending. I guess we have to die again. This is what I get for trying to rush things. I try and be efficient and get over here as fast as I can, and I forgot to look at everything and they're starting to despawn. Oh no, that's not good. We lost some coal. That's okay. I mostly care about the slabs. Bones, not so much. Anything else down here, I don't really care about what's over there. Let's go drop these things off, and then, well, I guess we got, what are we at now? Number of deaths, 29. All right, well, 4 years, 3-year anniversary is, I think, was last week or something like that. I forgot to kind of announce it and mention it in a video, but I guess 3 years and 30 deaths. Anybody down here want to come be our friend? Anybody? Nope, we're just gonna drown to death. That's fine. Hey, buddy. Hi. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna get you. And that is no longer equipped. There we go. Perfect. Let's sleep this night away. I have found a brand new favorite viewing spot for this village project. We can see just a little bit. Imagine when there's buildings all the way along those docks and everything. I think that's what we gotta tackle next, to be honest. But just imagine when that and everything over here, and I've kind of loosely, you can see on the left side here, loosely kind of merged it back into the terrain we have in there. But my friends, the cave is done, the nether portal's in there, the new cliff area is in, I added another little sandy beachy area right over in there. And I haven't tested it quite yet with the boat. It's going to be very dark in here. Just bear with me. There's a few sea pickles you'll see underneath, so the water kind of glows with that bluey color. And it allows you to get all the way back here. And there we got our portal. But let's get on out of here because it's very dark and it's very bright looking back outside this thing. And it's very hard to steer. But my friends, that's going to have to do it for today's episode. I feel like this is a very long video at this point. I haven't edited anything, but I feel like it's a pretty long one. But thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to click that like button down below if you did enjoy today's episode. We did a lot of work. We did a lot of stuff. I'm very sorry about that time-lapse bugging out in the beginning, so we could only do the walkthrough of the village buildings that we built in this episode. But let me know what you think about that style of a walkthrough instead of a time-lapse. Did you all like that? I mean, we kind of looked at everything. I feel like more in-depth than I normally do. So I tried to do something a little bit more unique and make the best out of a bad situation as we possibly could for that one. But anyways, that's it for me. Click that subscribe button if you're brand new. And my friends, I will catch you on the flip side.